but I have a little bit of a surprise for you. Um,
Okay.
so I do a Patreon to keep me accountable, and I
Uh-huh.
mentioned that you were going to come on, and I said, "Does anybody know who this is?" And my buddy here, Ryan, said that he did know you, and I think he was your teacher in high school, surprisingly.
Oh my God, no way.
How's it going, Ryan?
What's up? How you doing, Lee? What's up, John?
What's up? Oh my God, this is crazy.
What? So Ryan,
What's up?
what class did you have John in?
Oh my God.
U.S. history, and he was my student aide for a semester also.
I was his student aide when he won the best teacher award at our school that year. So I said I was probably a big part of why he won that year because I was the best.
Right.
Dude, okay. I'm sorry. I have to tell this story. So when I was working with I feel I'm gonna call you Mr. Trammell still. I feel
Fine.
weird calling you Ryan. But like when I was his student aide, right? And so I would come into his I think it was second period, and I think first period I had gym. And so
Yeah.
I would come into his class, and most times, like I would like maybe grade some papers or whatever. But I mean, I'm sure he still is like a cool teacher. So a lot of times he was just like, just do your thing, like hang out. Like it was when like phones had just started getting internet, so I'd like be on like MySpace on my like flip phone thing. But like I remember one time, dude, I would be so tired sometimes,
Yeah.
and he would always let me go a little bit early to go to lunch because we our class was like right before lunch, and like if the way that our school was set up, it was like you had to get in line, and then if you didn't get there early, like you were all of lunch, you were basically in line to get your food. So he'd
Oh
always let
wow.
me leave early. But one time, I guess I fell asleep in his class because he had like this sofa that I would sit on, and like he filmed it, and then like I'm like sleeping, and then all of a sudden I'm woken up, and I'm like the whole class is just staring at me,
Oh
and I
no.
was like, what? And then he's like, hey. You were sleeping, and I guess I was snoring like really loud, and then he was just like, "You can go to lunch," and I was like, "Okay," and I just like got my stuff and left. Oh man.
I still have that picture. No, but John was always just a really cool kid, man. I really liked John from the start, and I taught your sister as well. And just I'm so proud of you, man. Just how like all the stuff you're doing. As teachers, we hope the best for our kids, and things will turn
Mhm.
out great. And I know that not everyone's going to go to college, and they don't take that path, but I always tell my kids, if you're not going to go to college, then have an idea, and
Mhm.
go with it. And you did that. And, I'm a subscriber to your channel. I watch
Mhm.
it. And something that I've learned from you, John, is, the student has become the teacher, is having a healthy relationship with food.
Mhm.
And you're really you're really big on that, and not being so dogmatic about stuff. And you're evolving, dude. I mean, I
Mhm.
remember before it was just you went to the gym, and I would see you at the gym, and you'd be on the stair climber. But now you're doing CrossFit, and you're now you're doing triathlon training and stuff. And I think that's a true testament to you that you're growing and you're evolving. And I think on that journey, I think we all do. We all evolve
Mhm.
in some way, and I'm just so proud of you, man. I'm so happy for you.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's crazy like thinking back on like high school, man, because in high school, like I know I had you were one of the teachers that would basically say this to me. It was like teachers would be like, you have a lot of potential, but I
Yeah,
was just one, I was lazy, and two, because like growing up all throughout school, I was always in like special ed. I had RSP, I had all of like the IEP, so I just would always be like, I'm done. I'm dumb. I can't do it. I'm dumb. And I remember one. I'm not sure if you even remember this, but I ended up getting like I think we had I think I came for summer school one year,
yeah,
and I ended up like doing terrible, like not doing super well. But then on the final test, because I was just lazy, like I wouldn't do homework, so I like my grades were never super good. But then we had like the end of the year test that was like a pretty big portion of the grade, I think, and I ended up getting like a high, I think like a high B, and you were like, why do you have a D in this class? Like you obviously know all this stuff, and I was just like, I don't remember what I said, but I know looking back, it was like I was just lazy. Like I just was lazy, and I didn't believe in myself. That was the biggest thing. Like I didn't believe that I could do it, so I just wouldn't try.
and yeah, and you know what though, this is my 16th year teaching now, right? I
And
mean,
it's crazy.
my God, and something I've learned is, especially with this whole COVID thing, just to have a little more grace and compassion and understand that, you know what, everyone's going through it, man. And, you know, you're going through your thing. And I know you've talked about it in your videos, how you would try to, you know, bring on the attention to yourself before someone could, you know, put you down and things like that. And when I saw that, it broke my heart. You know, I was like, oh my God, sometimes, you know, as teachers, we forget those things. And, you know, I think, you know, you were, you know, in a way you taught me a lot, you know, in terms of how I approach my job and how I approach kids and stuff. And, you know, we all have our own story, you know, and I just think it's beautiful that you're doing what you're doing. And, you know, I'm just so proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. And I talk about you in class, you know, I'll tell my kids, oh, have you heard of this? And some kids are like, oh yeah, I know that guy. And I said, yeah, he went to school here, you know. They're like, shut up. No, he didn't. I'm like, yeah. And so, you know, I say, hey, we have a YouTube influencer who's so I'm just really proud of you, man. And yeah, when Lee said, oh yeah, do you know Obese to Beast? Anyone know? I'm like, oh yeah, dude, that's my student. That was my student. You know? Yeah. And so I was just so happy, you know, I'm just really happy for you. And, you know, I do have a couple questions. How's your mom?
She's doing well. She was working at Walmart for like years and years and years. She's no longer working there. She is actually helping. She basically is living with Evelyn, my younger sister, and helping raise Faith.
Okay. So, man, Faith is so cute. I've seen pictures of her, and
I know she's getting so big, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you have to give my best to your mom and Evelyn.
Oh, I definitely will. I'm definitely gonna tell them. This is crazy, man.
Yeah. I hope it's okay. I didn't want to like
no.
Do anything.
It's awesome. Like, I mean, dude, so it's so weird calling it, but Ryan, like him, and there was another teacher that I actually never actually had in school, but I worked with him a lot. His name was Mr. McLaughlin. Like, they're both history teachers for some reason. They actually made me want to teach history, but like, again, school was never my thing. But like, both of them were like the coolest teachers at the school. So this is awesome. This is so cool.
And so I want to give you a shout out, Ryan. You've lost a bunch of weight over the pandemic. We do live workouts on my Patreon, and I like you were saying how walking is a workout. That's twice a week I do walks, and Ryan is doing medicine ball slams, and he has the I don't even remember what it's called, but like the steel mace. You're killing it, man. Like how much weight have you lost over the pandemic?
Well, since the pandemic started, it was a year ago. I've lost about 30 pounds, probably.
Nice.
20, 30 pounds. But, you know, my thing is, you know, I've always just said, I don't want to suffer. You know, I've tried paleo, I've tried keto, and I was miserable, you know, and I just think I had to refocus. And, you know, the whole thing kind of brought attention to the importance of health. And so, I don't know, I was just kind of, you know, I was in a weird place, you know, I was like, oh my God, I was really burned out, you know, and with work and everything. And it was like the ultimate reset button, but the reset button's kind of become too much at this point. I want to go back to normal stuff, but
right.
But, you know, I think in this whole time, what's really helped me is community, like being part of things, you know, that are healthy, like Lee's Patreon, you know, that's been such a great thing, you know, and watching Lee, and Lee's such a great guy. And, you know, I used to watch him and Joey Diaz on their podcast. And then when he started the Patreon, I said, why not, you know, and I just like being around positive people. And I think that it just helps. And you know this, John, surrounding yourself with good people really does bring you up and keep you going. So
so I want to shout out Ryan right here. So like when I was going into high school, I'm not sure if you still do or if they even still do it, but like he was the coach of the wrestling team. Yeah. And so like he's always been good at working out. Like he's been able to move and like super well. It's interesting how the pandemic has played like good and bad for certain people, because like for a lot of people, it was actually a way for them to start working out because they had more time. They realized that they could get a good workout at home without going to the gym. But then for other people, it was like the opposite, right? It was like, oh man, I can't go to the gym now. So this has made it like I've gained weight, right? The COVID-15 or whatever people, I mean, it's been a year now, so maybe it's the COVID-30 now, but like, it's been really, really interesting to see. And like, I remember I was a little worried, but I ended up like actually getting pretty lean during especially the very beginning of the pandemic, because like literally all I had to do was work out. Like I work from home, and like for me, like making videos and stuff, it takes a little bit, but it's not like I'm working 9-hour days. So it was like I'd work out, go on a really long walk, maybe film a video, and then do another workout. Like I was working out so much. And so it's been really, really interesting how the pandemic has kind of played either a good or bad role for people when it comes to like losing weight or like getting healthy.
I gained weight at the beginning of it, and then that's when I finally decided to lose weight. But Ryan, thank you so much for jumping in, buddy. I've taken up a lot of John's time. I have two more questions I want to ask him, but I just want to like say you're one of the more positive people on there. I remember when I first started and I was walking around in the snow by the church at my mom's place, like you were always there with me. He finally missed. We do movie nights on Fridays, and he finally missed one because he had I think he had a football game last night. But thank you so much for jumping on, and I'll see you for a workout on Monday.
For sure. See you later, John. Take care, buddy.
Dude, it was so good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. And also, Jim, I talked to Jim's like one of my best friends, so I'll tell him I talked to you and stuff.
Yeah,
and
please do. Yeah,
love to like maybe get together sometime.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. That'd be awesome.
Those drums, bud. All
right,
guys.
buddy.
I'll see you later.
I'm glad that was okay. I was so excited when he told me he was your high school teacher. I was so happy.
Dude,
that worked out.
He wasn't just like he was literally like the coolest teacher I had. Like there's no other teacher I would have wanted to TA for, because it's like literally just sitting in someone's class and then them telling you what to do. And so he literally would like 80% of the time it was just do nothing and then maybe grade a couple papers. It was, he's a great guy. 100%. That was awesome.